back, everyone. So we go from a very heavy subject to a not so heavy subject, or is it? UFOs, or unidentified aerial objects, whatever they're calling them now. Are they real? Are there aliens out there? What's happening? There's this comet that's out there. Some people think that's a giant UFO. Congress has been holding hearings on this. We've been getting more and more footage of these things being released over and over and over again. Really eye-popping and eye-opening of what are these things that we're seeing. And you got airline pilots that have been seeing all kinds of strange anomalies in the sky. This is Anna Paulina Luna at a congressional hearing talking about this.
Whether UAPs represent adversarial technology, natural phenomena, or something beyond current human understanding, Congress has a responsibility to investigate. If these objects are foreign in origin, then they pose a direct threat to our national security. And if they represent something unknown, they demand rigorous scientific inquiry, not ridicule, not secrecy, and not silence. The stakes are very high.
All right, so I think in many respects, that's everyone's question. Are these being made, flown by our enemies? Is it enemy technology? I would put China at the top of the list. If anybody was going to be capable of something like this, there was this orb that was cruising over the Yemen coast. They played video of this. This is what you just saw. That was during the congressional hearing. And then one of the whistleblowers, a United States Air Force veteran, Dylan Berland, described what he witnessed. Check this out.
During the summer of 2012, my team was on standby for weather, and I returned to my barracks on base, and at approximately 0130, I saw an approximately 100-foot equilateral triangle take off from near the NASA hangar on the base. The craft interfered with my telephone, did not have any sound, and the material it was made of appeared fluid or dynamic. I was under this triangular craft for a few minutes, and then it rapidly ascended to commercial jet level in seconds, displaying zero kinetic disturbance, sound, or wind displacement.
All right, so he's a United States Air Force veteran, and the question becomes, do you believe him? I mean, he seems credible to me. Well, apparently when he started raising issues about this, blowing the whistle on it, the intel community started pushing back against him. Listen to this.
Forged and manipulated employment documents, workplace harassment, including colleagues being directed to not speak with me, manipulation of my security clearance by certain agencies, blocking, delaying, and ultimately removing my ability to be employed within the IC. The retaliation I face and the retaliation against individuals I know who worked in these programs is what convinced me in March 2023 to become a whistleblower. I came forward out of concern for people's lives and to ensure I did everything I could to let our elected representatives know the truth about what is really happening in the executive branch.
All right, so it seems to me, if you take him at his word, which I do, that they're upset about anybody blowing the whistle on this, trying to get information. Eric Burleson, congressman, he's a great friend of this program. He said he's getting blocked every step of the way on this.
Just last night, I tried to get an amendment onto the National Defense Authorization Act that fit in the germaneness of that bill to have UAP disclosure. And conveniently, it was named non-germane, mostly deemed by staff, not even an elected official. This is the kind of stuff that we repeatedly see. Last year, we were blocked by someone in House administration from being able to receive a full briefing from Arrow. So not an elected official, but someone in staff blocked us. And I've had it. Enough is enough.
All right. I don't blame them. So I want to get some answers. So we have now tonight UAP investigator and author of Catastrophic Disclosure, Kent Heckenlively is with us. Kent, welcome to the program.
Thanks so much for having me, Grant.
All right. I'm always fascinated with this topic, as most people are. Are they hiding something, Kent?
Well, you know, what's really interesting is I think I'm fascinated by this subject as much as you are. So this is my 20th book, and it's the first time I've taken a walk on the wild side and written anything that is paranormal. Usually I'm going after Google or Facebook or one of the big tech companies or medical malpractice stuff. But like most of the country, when there started being hearings in Congress 2 years ago with David Grush, I suddenly sat up and said, what the heck is going on? And luckily, I have a good friend, Michael Mazzola, who's probably one of the world's leading UFO documentary filmmakers. And I called him up and I said, Michael, what's going on? And he goes, okay, there's all this chatter behind the scenes that the intelligence agencies want to do control disclosure because they're scared of something called catastrophic disclosure. I said, well, what the heck is catastrophic disclosure? And he said, well, it's not just that we have retrieved alien craft, but we've been able to duplicate some of their technology. And if it was released, it would change the world.
All right. So do you believe we have alien technology and have captured alien craft?
Well, here's the thing. I always say, so I've never seen anything, okay? So I haven't had any experiences, so I'm probably like a lot of your audience. But I've had the experience of like just mentioning this stuff with friends, and, you know, it seems like every fifth or sixth person you bring this up to will tell you of their experience. So I'm very convinced that people are seeing something. I'm very convinced that these people are credible. Now, maybe there's something about the human mind that every 50,000 hours it malfunctions, okay? And you get some weird thing. But it doesn't seem that way. And so what I've aggressively done, I'm trained as an attorney, so I aggressively question all people. And you know, I really like people like Congressman Eric Burleson because I've really struck up a friendship with him as I've been doing this. And, you know, I say, Eric, I know you don't believe, but what do you think is happening behind the scenes? And he's like, Kent, I am so angry about how the intelligence agencies are blocking us. I can't say what's real, but I know that they're lying about something.
Oh, all right. So this is interesting. So you believe, as I do, people are actually seeing something. I don't believe that everybody's just making this up and looking for attention. I believe that something is out there. What I don't know is where it's coming from. And so you get somebody inside government that says, hey, catastrophic disclosure. Did you ever get to the point of figuring out what the catastrophic disclosure actually is?
Well, one of the things that I did a deep dive, usually my books I'm one of those annoying quick writers, 3 or 4 months, and I pop out a book, but I took 2 years on this book because I wanted to take my time. So I talked to leading people in the UFO field, people like Dr. Stephen Greer, people like constitutional lawyer Danny Sheehan. I spent a good amount of time talking to Michael Schellenberger, the independent journalist who's been investigating this. And what they seem to say is that there is something there, and they all believe that not only have we been capturing these craft for decades, we have been reverse engineering them, and depending upon who you talk to, a lot of these people will believe that the technology that we've been able to reverse engineer is so advanced that they can spoof UFO incidents. And one of the concerns that I heard from many people is their concern that the intelligence agencies want to fake an alien attack or some sort of alien incident as a way to get money flowing to the defense contractors. So they're worried about what they call an alien false flag. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but boy, if you read history, that's not too far-fetched.
Kent, do you mean like coming up with a virus to get money to go to pharmaceutical companies?
Yeah.
None of it would surprise me.
Well, you know, I wrote the book Presidential Takedown with Dr. Paul Alexander, who was the senior pandemic advisor to the Trump administration, who only lasted about 6 months because he said something sensible, like in September of 2020, children should go back to school. And if children had gone back to school in 2020, probably Trump would have won the election because parents wouldn't have been angry.
Yeah, that's probably true. All right, last question for you, because you do this like a good reporter, right? You're reporting on what your sources are telling you. But I'm going to ask you just personally. You've written the book. You've talked to all of these bigwigs, people that may have some knowledge about this stuff, that have been investigating it. Do you personally believe that aliens are real, that there's alien aircraft in government possession? What do you personally believe when you look at this?
I would be shocked to find out there's not. Now, we spend about the last 40 pages of the book talking about what I think is the most convincing evidence of aliens on Earth, which is the Nazca alien mummies, which are 40 to 60 bodies that are really weird. They're 1,700 years old. They've been put under CAT scans, and they're tridactyls, meaning they're three-fingered and three toes. These are weird things. We got the pictures in the book. I talked to all the leading scientists who've done the genetic testing. It's weird stuff.
I bet it is. Kent Heckenlively, it's great talking to you. Fascinating stuff. And I'm sure the next time something comes up, more drone sightings, we got to get you back on because you've turned in quite the mind on all of this stuff. Thank you, sir. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Grant.
Absolutely. And happy Thanksgiving to you as we move into Thanksgiving weekend on a Friday evening here. Stinchfield, though, continues. So stick with me. We are back with more.